Have you ever had a fallout with somebody that was a friend or a family member that you trusted, that you cared about, you had a good connection with, but something just happened and y'all fell out? Y'all had your disagreements, there was a mishap, and there was a situation that occurred to where y'all no longer talking, to where y'all no longer share communication anymore. And so that results into them having a license, the person you fell out with, for them to go slander your name, talk bad about you, gossip about you, run your name in the mud, bash your name on social media, and you're wondering, like, okay, I didn't really do anything that bad to that person, right? And I did a lot of good by that person. But for some reason, they ignore all the good deeds, right? They ignore all the good things I did for them. And they choose to acknowledge the bad. You may have told them something about your past, what you were into. You may have been involved in some dirt back in the day, and you told that person, you trusted that person with that information. And after y'all done fell out, they felt it was necessary to go tell everybody about your mess, to go run your name through the mud and talk to everybody about your rap sheet. But the thing about that is, even though that was your past, you're not letting the past define you. And you did what was necessary to turn it around for the better and to restore yourself. But see, the problem with human beings is that when you're no longer their friend and y'all cut one another off, they immediately jump into addressing your past, talking about the negative stuff that happened to you or things that you did, and they let those things define you, right? They define that part of your life, and they use that to shape a whole public opinion about you. They use that to make you seem like you're still that person, you're still involved in that stuff that you used to do. But this is how fake people can be. And this is why I'm making this video, to let you know social media is truly fake. Because it seems that people are just waiting for you to fall out with them just so they can run your name through the mud. It's like they got something already on you, right? And they're just waiting to expose it all and to put it all out there on the internet, right? So that one thing that they put out there, that has now become your story, right? Because of that individual, they put all that mess on the internet for everybody else to know about. And to me, that's very messy to move in that way. But mind you, it doesn't matter what you did for that person. It doesn't matter the good that you did, because to them, all the good that you did for that person has been undone. And so now they're only focusing on how y'all fell out, okay? And people automatically run into slandering your name. But this is what happens on social media a lot of the times, and it happens in real life as well, where you thought that person was your friend. You thought that person was a loved one. You thought that person was true. Oh, but wait, once y'all have that fallout, you do something wrong in their eyes one time, it's like you're no good. You're no good to them. Now it's like you're a devil to them. Right? And it gives them the license to pretty much talk bad about your name. It's really sad when you think about it, you know? Because now they start telling people, and they play the victim, and they act like, you know, you did them wrong, and you're the monster. You know, this has happened to me before. You know, it's happened to people that I know, and it's like, you have one fallout with one person, and it's the end of it's like, not the end of the world, but it's like chaos just ensues with that individual. And mind you, you're not even running down their name in a negative light. You're not. You know, sometimes you can't really fight fire with fire. Sometimes you gotta just leave people where they're at and move on. Understand that there are better days for you, and that person that you had a falling out with, that you cut off, y'all cut one another off, right? And all they can do, the only thing that comes out of their mouth is negativity and gossip and slandering and drama about you. If that's all that comes out of their mouth, they were never a friend. They were never true to begin with, okay? Obviously, you upset them to a point where they could not have their way. And when somebody can't have their way with you after a while, then that's when their true colors start to show. You need to be mindful of this with people, not just on social media, but in real life. People try to have their way with you, control you in certain ways. And when they figure out that they can't control you, they run into their witchcraft. They run into slandering your name, running your name through the mud, bashing your name, ruining your image. Why? Because they could not have their way with you. That's why. They could not have their way with you. They couldn't control you. They couldn't be the puppet master in your life. And you were not going to be no puppet for them. You were not going to be, you know, their punching bag no more. And so when you have that fallout with them, that was their immediate response. That is how they handled that situation. And so they were never your friend to begin with. They never cared about you, and they never liked you to begin with. Okay? It's rare when you find people in your life that y'all cut ties with them, but they still find something nice to say about you. They still find a way to be respectful, you know, about you, about your name. They don't go tearing it down to everybody and everything. Like, they don't go, you know, automatically to running your name through the mud. But if that's all they can do is that, then they were never a true friend. They were never a true friend. Just wait. You know, like, people are waiting for you to have a falling out with them, just so they can run your name through the mud, just so they can have something on you. Because when people have information about you that's not really good, but you trusted them with that information, right? And it's like, when that falling out happens, they can use it against you. They can use it to weaponize your life and turn people against you. They run with that when they don't get their way with you. And I'm trying to tell you, man, I would say it's a lot worse on social media, because a public image is everything, and your name is everything. And when your name gets tarnished by somebody petty, somebody that just wants to run your name through the mud because they couldn't get their way, it's very dangerous. And that can like mess up opportunities for you down the line, all because that person was spiteful and they never had the true intentions for you to begin with. So, I'm making this video 10 minutes in, wanted to spread the awareness, right? Social media is truly a fake place, because you be thinking people are your friend on this platform or on the internet, but let y'all have a fallout, they're gonna run to gossiping. They're gonna run to slandering your name automatically, because they were just waiting for the opportunity, the license to use whatever you entrusted information with them. They'll use it against you later down the line, right? So if your image was tarnished before by something that you turned around for the better, you apologized, you made things right, you made amends, like you no longer are dipping into a certain lifestyle anymore that was not good, right? But that individual has that on you now. So that information you entrusted them with, best believe when you cut ties with them, they're waiting for that opportunity to use it against you and to ruin your name. So be mindful of who you tell things to. Be mindful of the information you share with people, because you never know when it's going to come to haunt you later down the line with somebody that you have a falling out with, and they turn out to be real petty. Okay, they turn out to be someone that was never true to begin with. So that being said, thank y'all for watching. Like the video for the algorithm. Subscribe for more transparent content. This is Solo Dolo Talks. I'm out, and peace.